Well, hello, folks. It's John Pelham. Um, you know, one of the one of the real flagstone fellowship events that we have here at First Christian Church is a program we call Life Together, and basically it's just one evening a week, one evening a month, usually second or third Wednesday nights. We get together in kind of an all church event where we have a meal and we have fellowship together, all ages, all uh, classes, everything. People are there together. Sometimes we'll have a program with it. Sometimes we'll do games or crafts, or just kind of depends on what comes up. But it's really a good opportunity for people who may be in different 9 o'clock service, 11 o'clock service, people who don't normally come together at one time can get together. And it's really important, we think, for churches to remember, just like any organization, that there has to be some time in that organization's life for fellowship. And as I recall growing up in my youth, one of the things that we didn't call it Life Together at the time, but it was a real fellowship time, not only for the church hosting it, but for people in the entire community. We called them All Day Singing and Dinner on the Ground. And it's another poem out of this little book that I used a time or two ago. And I just kind of commemorated it in this poem. The open-air cedar brush arbor stood on the corner of the church lot. In the spring, it was windy and wet. In the summer, it was blistering hot. It was a missionary Baptist church. I had lots of friends who worshiped over there. Our Methodist church was across the street. In our hometown, seemed like churches were just about everywhere. But what set the missionary Baptists apart was their penchant and love of gospel singing. I loved listening through their open windows, the voices harmonic, their accompaniment ringing. But the whole town was invited in the arbor when they ecumenically were blessed by the sound, when they held their quarterly meetings known as the all-day singing and dinner on the ground. Groups and soloists descended on our little town. They came to sing and give praises to the Lord. And in the words of the old hymn, Marching to Zion, they joined in a song of sweet accord, joined in a song of sweet accord. We heard groups like the Stamps Baxter Quartet, who sang Southern gospel like it was written for them. The Old Rugged Cross, Amazing Grace, and the one that began, Praise Him, Praise Him. The hymns came one after the other. I'll fly away, He lives, are you able? Until finally around noontime came my favorite, y'all come on, dinner's on the table. Now that was the best lyrics I truly loved. And of all the delights of the day, the best part, I was ready to enjoy the food for the tummy after hearing all morning the food for the heart. Well, the first stanza in my plate was meat. Fried chicken, white meat, maybe the pulley bone. And hey, that roast beef sure looks good. Sadly, I'll leave the fried rabbit alone. The second stanza in this song are the vegetables. I'll start this medley with some green beans, and I'll have a big scoop of mashed potatoes and finish it off with some good mustard greens. Finally came the pièce de résistance, dessert. Just look at all those wonderful cakes and pies. I'll try a few of each, and some, especially that chocolate pie. The banana pudding just caught my eye. Tummy's full, it was time for the music to recommence. And back to our arbor pews we dutifully returned. That good old gospel music again would swell, and the true meaning of these events I learned. These are called All Day Singing and Dinner on the Ground, but today the real title and meaning I have found. For small towns kid like me, they're misnamed. They should be called all-day dinner and singing on the ground. Whatever they are, whatever you call them, we need to remember that fellowship is an important part of worshiping God. We hope you'll find some way to do that in your own way, and look forward to being with you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.